boy, oh boy, let's rustle some feathers. What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another video. So the other week I did a video called 10 bands that I could never get into. And today we're kind of continuing on that trend, trying to rustle some conversations with 10 bands that I cannot stand. So yeah, the difference between this one and the last video we did, 10 bands I never got into were, songs that I could handle, but never bothered to listen to more, or like when you heard it, you're just indifferent. It's kind of like 10 indifferent bands pretty much. But today we're talking pure hatred. I don't own anything by any of these bands, and just I've never liked them, just all the way from the first stuff I ever heard to just other bits and pieces, really. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's mostly rock and metal. Obviously, I'm not straining into like pop artists or whatnot like that, otherwise the list would be huge. But yeah, let me know down below, what are your bands that you absolutely cannot stand? Are you some of these people who can't stand, some of the gods? Are you more into the, can you not stand more of the obscure underground stuff? But hey, it's all good fun. Trust me, it's all good fun to get some hatred out into the world as well. We're all about positivity over here, but hey, sometimes hate is fun as well. So yeah, let me know down below what your 10 hated bands are, and we'll get the conversation going. My first pick, like I say, this is 10 bands. It's not top 10. It's not counting down or anything like that. So number one is just the first band we talk about. Number one are the grunge kings, Nirvana. You're gonna see a big trend in this video, and that pretty much sets it. I'm not a grunge fan, okay? I cannot stand the genre, so that we'll just leave that statement there. Yeah, Nirvana. Just straight up, no. I'm all for depressive music. I like slow stuff. I like doom. I like, I like black metal with, funeral doom and all the slower stuff. I've dabbled in suicidal depressive black metal. I can handle a few albums here and there. I wouldn't deem myself a fan of it, but I'm rambling. But yeah, Nirvana, just no. It's miserable and it's depressing and it's just proper, probably it's just because it's all so slow, I'd throw Teen Spirit in there because it's up there with one of the most overplayed songs of all time. Unfortunately, a lot of the great songs that we all know and love are falling into that category of overplayed, because we've all been hearing these songs now for 30, 40 years plus, do you know what I mean? So it's like when radio stations rely on radio hits like these and other stuff, not to say I hate it, but the Sweet Childs and the Bon Jovis and whatnot, it's just a bit like, let's hear something else. Teen Spirit goes into that category, absolutely, but things like In Bloom and just Come As You Are is probably the song that I can least hate the most, but I still don't listen to it out of my way. A Lake of Fire, just nah. The unplugged performance, I'm sorry, is just not for me at all. When the bad folks go and they die. Oh, it's like, yeah, I get you're probably full of raw emotions, but I've just never clicked with it, and to this day just cannot stand it. So yeah, number one, Nirvana. The second band we talk about, again, another grunge king, Pearl Jam. Good God. So, if you're unfamiliar, in New Zealand we have the Rock FM, and every year they do a countdown of the top 2,000 songs as voted by us, the listener, and good God, the amount of Nirvana, well, they've only got 2 albums, so it makes sense, but also the amount of Pearl Jam that gets voted into this damn countdown, just good God. The vocals are what kill it, and the music, again, it's slow and it's depressing, and it's just the whole same thing as grunge. It's just not my genre, so I'm naturally gonna hate it. I understand that people put their 10 album as one of the greatest albums of all time, and you're so allowed to have that opinion, but I will not share that opinion with you. Just not for me, no way. Even Flow is fine, but at a very small glimpse, do you know what I mean? Just absolutely not. Our rock radio station absolutely loves grunge, probably because they started the station in 91, so they're all nostalgic about that stuff, but I'm just like, shut up, I don't care for it at all. So yeah, Pearl Jam, number 2. Number 3 is the Foo Fighters. Yeah, probably because of the stuff that I do listen to. I like a lot of proper metal stuff, so everything that I listen to is always a bit more bombastic, and it's much more intricate and whatnot. And so for the Foos, they're just safe rock radio, and for me that's just boring. Okay, my favorite Foo song is probably a song called Resolve. Don't know why, which is funny because that's the song that's about Kurt Cobain, who was obviously the lead singer of Nirvana, who I also hate, but it's just I don't know, the melodies in that one are nice, but just other than that, I've never sat through a full Foos album, and I don't ever plan to. Just, again, The Rock loves the Foos. Every time I turn the damn radio on, they come on. It's just like, shut up. Do you know what I mean? Nah. While Dave Grohl is very musically infused and done so much more other stuff other than the Foos and Nirvana, obviously, it's just like, nah, not for me, bro. Nah, it's rock radio, and it's just, I just find it dull and stale and not fun. So yeah, moving on from that. Number 4. All right, here we go. Number 4. Get over yourself. It's Pink Floyd. Nah, I'll blame my growing up for this. I was pretty much brainwashed to hate Pink Floyd, and to this day, still do. As I get older, my thoughts don't really change. You know, I've only listened to Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety, and that was just to kind of see the hype, to be honest. You know, I've got friends who dubbed that one of the greatest albums of all time, as do all of their parents, but, you know, not my parents. My parents completely shied away from Floyd, which is, you know, half the reason why I'm not a fan either. I was born to hate it. But, like, you know, again, kind of like what I said before, do I hate it because it's old? I don't know. I don't mind old stuff, you know, but this is just pure space, drug-infused, like, you know, music. I don't as much, which is weird because I'm a massive Dream Theater fan and I've got no problem with long songs. So, like, but I would rather die than sit there and listen to 26 minutes of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, or however long it is. Do you know what I mean? You know, just no way. It's just, we live in a society, bam, we'll hold that bend for 12 minutes. It's just like, no, the whole farm animals album, you know, dogs, pigs, sheep, and all the rest of it, it was just like, oh, give it a rest. Honestly, no, not my thing. Different generation, different era, not my thing. So yeah. Number 5 is a band that my passion for hatred has really increased in the last few weeks, because I'm only in the car for so little time each day going to and from work and whatnot, and every time the radio is on, this band is constantly on, and I swear they're doing it on purpose because they know I'm listening. Number 5 is Kings of Leon. Good God. Worst thing about this band has to be the vocals. I just cannot stand this guy's voice from everything that they play. Like, you know, Sex on Fire, just no. Use Somebody, or whatever it's called, no. Just, oh God, the vocals just drive me out the wall. The music goes nowhere. I don't like it. It's not attractive. It's just not a good time for me. You know, I've got people who are like, nah, it's fine. I was like, it really isn't. That countdown I mentioned before, these guys absolutely dominate the second and third weeks, from like 1,000 to 500-ish, like 1,500 to 500. They dominate those 2 weeks. It's like every 4th song's a Kings of Leon song. And I'm like, why are people voting for this band? Honestly, it does my absolute head in. I heard one on the radio the other day that was just like 4 or 5 minutes of just the same sort of slow stuff. And again, probably full of emotions, I don't doubt, but just not for me. It reminded me of that terrible Doors song, The End. I don't mind the Doors. I'm not putting them on this list, but good God, that song, The End, just goes on way too long. But yeah, not a fan of Kings of Leon. The vocals is just awful and the music is boring. So yeah, moving on. Number 6 is a Kiwi band, and it's a band called Devilskin. Now, if you're unfamiliar with these guys, I don't blame you. They've been a band for like over 10 years now, but they still only will tour New Zealand. It's weird. But they've got there's a female-fronted band, again, who I've got no problems with. You know, female-fronted metal is awesome, but these guys are just, to me, they're just stale and just not exciting and just generic rock radio. They covered Heart's Barracuda, which New Zealand seems to think is the best cover ever done, ever. Last year, that song debuted at number 12 on the Rock 2000 countdown, and I'm just sitting there like, what the actual fuck? You know, like, who's voting for this stuff, honestly? Nah, they're just stale and they're just boring and it's just unimaginative in my opinion. So yeah, not much to say about that. Moving on is Alien Weaponry, number 8. Again, a bit like Devilskin, Kiwi band, however these guys are much more into the metal scene, obviously, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that they sing half their shit in Māori. I think if you actually blend that together, it does kind of sound cool. If you can imagine being in the forest or whatever, tramping through fields, and then you suddenly hear the Māori language and how freaky and scary and intimidating it actually can be, chucking metal guitars and drums underneath it is kind of cool. These guys are massive in Europe. They do all the big festivals nowadays, but for me, again, it's just a bit stale. It's very chung chung chung, you know, there's not too much melody on it, which is, I guess, might not even be their thing. You know, not every band focuses so much on melody. Maybe Alien Weaponry focus a lot more on like atmosphere and whatnot, like to get the sense of what they're doing, but it's like, not as much as like bands like Healing or whatever. I'm not saying their gigs and shows are rituals and whatnot, but you know, do you get what I mean? Like, it's just very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, to me, it doesn't go anywhere. I've heard their Māori stuff and I've heard their English stuff, and it's just, you know, not a vibe for me. So yeah, sorry boys. Even though they're Kiwi, you know, I hate to shit on Kiwi music, but yeah, unfortunately, that's that for me. Number 9 is Rage Against the Machine. Again, I'm not politically driven. I don't care about anti-establishment music. That's my opinion on that. I don't care about it. So I have no time for Rage Against the Machine, and every song sounds the goddamn same. If you put them all together, it would just really be this ultimate mashup of rock rap with wiki sounds and just wild, weird solos, you know what I mean? It's just like, unfortunately, Killing in the Name of is one of those rock songs, again, that can just be turned off forever and I don't need to hear it again. But yeah, every song sounds the same, and it's just an aggressive vocal. Again, I get their point, you know, anti-government type stuff. You can't exactly be calm when you're singing about that stuff if you're passionate about it. And, you know, I've seen people, you know, praise the Battle of Los Angeles and their other one. I can see the album cover. Is it Self-Titled? I'm not sure. You know, dubbing them like the greatest albums of the 90s and whatnot. But for me, just nah, I don't care for anti-government music, so that's that. They all sound the same, and yeah, just not for me. And then the last one is just a random one, but yeah, it does my head in as well. Smashing Pumpkins, just more 90s grunge, slow, depressing nonsense in my opinion. Billy Corgan's voice, not a fan of either. 1979 is just stupid and I don't like it. I think it's Cherub Rock, I think, is the one that I can handle because it's got kind of a cool riff in it. However it goes. But yeah, other than that, just absolutely not for me. I don't know much more than that, but other than what the radio plays. But yeah, just again, not interested in discovering anything more about them. More 90s stuff. You're seeing a trend here. So yeah, without further ado, that's pretty much it. We'll just end it there on Smashing Pumpkins. So yeah, that's my 90s grunge-filled list of bands that I cannot stand. Like I said at the start, let me know down below what your picks are. Are you similar to mine? Are you stuck in one genre that you absolutely despise, or are you a bit more advanced and you branch out to all sorts of things that you hate? Let me know down below and we'll have a friendly, heated conversation. It's always good fun. Keep an eye out for the next video. I've got a ranking coming up, probably going to be out on Monday. But until that happens, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't listen to these bands, but if you want to, go hard. But yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. But until that happens, everybody, stay inside, stay safe, don't jam grunge, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you later.